Hey y'all, what's up? Oh man, I'm tired. I just wanted to make this video real quick. Okay, I just want to say this. First of all, sometimes I be tripping or whatever. It's not even just tripping, it's just that I'm always on guard because I don't trust anybody or whatever. I trust the Most High, and certain people, let's just say certain tarot readers, I feel like they haven't flipped, or I feel like I can trust them. But overall, just in general, as far as like trust somebody with your life, I don't trust anybody. So, and we should all be like that. We really shouldn't trust anybody but God because we came into this world by ourselves and we're gonna leave and be judged by ourselves. So we'll just say that. But let me just say this. There's this movie that I saw a long time ago. It was called Blow. And at the end of the movie, it was like a little setup scene or whatever. Remember how the cops were setting him up when he was for the drugs he was selling or whatever? That's kind of like how I've always been. Like, and that's how all empaths are. Like when we see something off, anything that's like weird or anything abnormal, anything that you have to question, it's a setup or whatever. And I always used to tell people that people used to look at me crazy until it actually happened to them or whatever, or somebody betrayed them. But that's what I'm saying. Number one, you got to think about it like this. If you're a targeted individual and you know stuff that you're not supposed to know, you're not supposed to be. I mean, it's nothing wrong with making videos and stuff like that. But when you're a gang stalk, it's an isolation program, which means that anybody coming up to you, anybody you talk to, any second, you don't know if they're a secret Mason, you don't know if they're a secret devil worshiper, you don't know anything about them. All you're thinking in your mind is you're just trying to mingle with other targeted individuals. But remember, I told you everybody that's a targeted individual isn't really targeted individual. So, I mean, it's certain people I just be looking at. It's this girl or whatever that I look at online, and she's, a target or whatever, and she just be online all the time with different females and stuff like that, just all the time online, different females, just talking, other targeted females. And I just be looking like at her videos, and I'm like, I could see clear as day that every person that she's done a live with was pretty much on some low key snake type. Not They weren't really a targeted individual. They just look grimy and like it's one thing you can tell about a person who is a secret Satanist or somebody that's working against you. Their aura will be very demonic. They will try. It's like their aura will be demonic. It'll come off fake, and it'll be off because it's like they're trying to mask their intentions with being cool or being nice or seeming like they're of the light, but they're really a wickedness. Remember, I told you people that are wicked, they can only imitate people of the light. They can't actually be there. That's why sometimes you'll always have a question in your mind before you're fully enlightened of your gifts. You always have a question in your mind. I wonder if they're targeting me. Are they targeting me or blah 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 blah? And yes, if you have to question it, yes, that's the one way. If you can't read a person through their eyes, if you can't read their body language, which usually when a person is working against you or nervous or whatever, they'll act very abnormal, very fidgety, very funny, do stuff that's awkward. Either they're One guy said this on this channel, I can't remember his name, but he said, if you really want to know if somebody's against you, ask them a question and just everything will just something just will seem off. Either they're overly talk, where they're talking won't make any sense, it will sound scripted, or either they won't say that much at all. Most of the time when people are caught in a lie, they over talk. And I'm not talking about like empaths, because empaths are known, like me, I'm overly open and I'm working on that. But just something like let me give you an example. Like, let's say, for example, you're being gang stalked, and a guy's being sent to you, and he's like, "Man, I saw you online, or I heard you were gang stalked. I'm gang stalked too." And then you just ask, like the girl, she just like I'm just saying, I just don't see how people cannot see it, but I don't know. But the girl was asking this other girl, "How did you get gang stalked? When did it start?" And the girl was like, she was like, "Oh yeah, when it started, blah blah blah," and the whole thing doesn't make any sense. Everybody kind of knows that, and I'm not saying this in every case. I'm just gonna say talk for myself. you have the relationship with a narcissist. That's when you first get gang stalked or whatever. Or just usually when you deal with somebody that's a mason or something like that. Even without that narcissist, I have another ex that stalks me, low key, or get people to do it. It's very, and you notice that the type of people that gang stalk people are very like grimy people. I'm not gonna say lunatics, even though that's kind of like how it is, but they're very grimy, soulless or whatever. Very how do you say it? Gang stalkers. It's very like it's kind of hard to explain it because I know I wouldn't do it, so I'm just kind of like speaking from experience of what I would be thinking. The only way I would wake up every day, whether I was getting paid or not, perps or not, the only way I would wake up every day to go watch somebody and study and monitor is if I was plotting something on them. But I told you guys before that when you mess with certain individuals that God has his hand on or God has a purpose for, and you mess over them or they're taking off their path for this world or something like that from something you did, you gotta know that there's something coming after that. Because I always say that, okay, Satan has to go through God to get permission or whatever. But as you guys can see, I have a purpose and they're doing stuff where people can't find my page and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said before, I think what happens with people that gang stalk is they feel like they're too powerful. People that practice the dark part of the craft and they're able to change and jump into animals, their spirits and stuff like that, can do a lot of stuff from like stuff I've just researched and heard or whatever. And when you doing some stuff like that and you're a Satan worshiper and you can control things, you know how to do certain things physically to control another person, what happens is that you start in your mind thinking that you don't have to pray to God, that you are a God and you control this and you control that, which is the illusion that Satan gives. He gives the illusion that you're your own God or whatever. That's why I say people that are Masons or Freemasons, whatever, witches, whatever, they don't believe in God. Because when you are connected to God and you know and you truly, truly know God, it's certain things that you just don't do. Number one, it won't be in your DNA. And then number two, the fear of the Most High that you know that it's going to be repercussions for your actions. But that's why I say before, like when I was trying to explain that thing about Jesus Christ and how, not Jesus Christ, I'm just saying it because that's what they call him. When I call him Yeshua. But with Yeshua, when I was explaining how it was his own people that did it, Judas came up to him, and the only way you can betray the Most High or the Most High Son or whatever, set him up to be killed. The Most High, you seen the miracles he performed, you have to be on some type of drugs or something. Don't that sound kind of like, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but doesn't it sound like kind of like a druggy move? I don't like saying crackhead, but doesn't that sound like a druggy move? Like you just quick to do anything, you don't care, you just want to do something for a quick fix. And then I explained on my Facebook page yesterday, they take certain characters and try to make it seem like this a white man to cause division, so all black people can be like, white this, white this, white. I told you, who do you see coming after you? Do you see any white people coming after you? When you're getting gang stalked, when people are knocking on your door, when you're getting your fake phone calls, I mean, people can say all day the white man this, the white man that, but who do you physically see after you? It's always your own people, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of black devils out here or whatever. And I told you guys before that Satan will hide behind a race or whatever. So we blaming this person when we really need to be looking this way. When your family members start to turn on you, when you're gang stalked, when you're worked against, do you know any white people doing it? I'm not saying all white people are innocent in this and that. I'm not down talking about race. I'm just telling you, it's like the devil likes to use your own kind to come after you. So that's just something to think about. But when you look at the movie The Passion of Christ, and when you hear about it, they said he wasn't the savior because he didn't have this, he didn't have that. Who look at you up and down and look and see what type of shoes you have, how much they cost, if you're good enough, or what kind of name brands you have on, how much cash you have, what kind of car you drive. Only black people do that. Well, we're known for doing it. Other races may, but black people are known to be very, very materialistic. And if you ain't got this, then you can't be accepted and you ain't that. When they said in the story, like how he was carrying a cross, or whatever. I'm trying not to talk so loud, but when they said he was carrying the cross, and even in that Nas video where they was showing Jesus carrying the cross, and and they were throwing, I'm sorry I keep saying Jesus, when they said y'all should, it was carrying the cross and they kept on throwing. That's what black people do today. They see a fight, everybody run to it and laugh and film and record and stuff like that. So it's like those are black. I'm not saying black people are the only ones that do it, but forget it. I'm not finna cater to nobody. Take it how you want to take it. Those who enlighten know what I'm talking about. But those are black characteristics or whatever. And these days you have to be very, very wise or whatever. You have to learn how to sharpen your discernment or whatever. Because anybody can be. If your own family, that's another thing. If your own family turned against you, watching your level up, talked about you when you were down, but watch your level up. What makes you think for 1 second that anybody else won't do it? That's another thing I want to say. Like with my family, when you're scapegoated, it's usually empaths are the ones that are the last one in their family to get themselves together. So even if you've done something to offend your family or whatever, and whatever you've done, they've done the same thing to a certain level, whatever they accuse you of. It's just that you were scapegoated. You were the last one to get you. They needed somebody to blame. So they blamed you or whatever. I could really get into details, but I just really don't really care as much. For a long time, like I told you before, empaths, we go through a lot of why this, why that, why my family this, why my family that. And you go through that because it's like a lot of people in your family are working. Usually when a person is an empath and they get scapegoated, they come from a family that practices the craft. It's just secret. If you truly have people in your family that practice the craft, you'll never really know they practice the craft. That's the secret part. That's why I say anything secret really can't be good or whatever. It's not of God. As soon as I find out information, I share it openly with you. Anything that I've share with you guys about the drinking goat's blood or the killing babies. That's secret, but is that good? So that's what I'm saying. Anything hidden is like it really can't be good. Any secret hand signs to let y'all know y'all are part of the new world order. It can't be good. That's why I say in the last days, Satan will use his workers and fool them and make them think that they're going to heaven. Yeah, this is another thing. I try to say this and I hope this message gets to somebody or whatever, the right person. You guys got to think about this. Gangstalkers, Masons, Satan worshippers. Either y'all know this and y'all know the devil playing you and y'all think y'all gonna escape at the end, or either y'all just don't care and you know you're going to hell. But if people really knew what hell was, I don't think they would really ever work against God, people, or sell their soul and nothing like that, because it's not what you think. Satan is not gonna give you powers to destroy all of God's people, mislead them away from God, knowing his final destination. Y'all wreaking all this havoc on earth, doing all this dirty stuff in the dark, working against good people. And y'all really think that at the end of the when the rapture comes, that it's gonna be a way for y'all to escape all this madness you caused on earth? That's what I'm saying. It's like Satan, he will fool people and give them the illusion. He says it in the Bible. He'll give them the illusion that that'll happen. Loyalty is a God trait. It's a God-like trait. That's like me. I'm trying to see how I can get people to think or whatever and open their mind. The devil likes to play off of pride and arrogance. Sometimes when you get too arrogant, you don't want to listen to people who I got this. I know this. I got this power to do this. I know how to escape. I can do it. All that is gonna be stripped for you if you don't turn from your ways or whatever. And I'm not talking to my gang stalkers. I'm just talking about really just in general. Because as you see, they just don't give up. They just don't stop. They'll keep going to death. But it's like you gotta know that don't sound like a game to you. That's like me having $1,000,000 and I see somebody they broke. And I'm like, all right, I'll give you $1,000 if you get on your knees, bark like a dog, crawl over to that newborn baby that's sitting on the couch that you babysit every day or whatever after work. After school, and slit her throat, and I'll give you $1,000. And then you do it, and then you want more, you run out. I'm like, okay, now this time, go to an old man and let him urinate all over your face, and I'll give you 2,000. Like, I'm just making stuff up, but I'm just saying, a lot of them have done degrading stuff like that, and even worse. But that don't let you know right away what type of person that you're dealing with. only a devil would want you to be humiliated to gain something or whatever. And when you do stuff like that, you're already in the midst of darkness. So anything that you gain is not going to be good. The knowledge that I'm giving you guys is enlightening you. I don't even understand why people would even turn to their enemy. That's why I say Satan is just like Denzel times 3,010 times infinity. He doesn't have any loyalty. He's going to screw people over. He just gives you the illusion that he does. He going to screw you over just like he screws everyone else over. He wants to imitate himself as the Most High. Remember I told you the Most High is coming back to save us or whatever before the rapture comes. He's not gonna, Satan is not gonna save you. He knows he's gonna heal. He knows he's already lost the battle. He's mad, he's enraged. So he has to give people the illusion, work for me, come be a part of my Masonic group, Satan followers, whatever. Come worship me. Worship yourself, you're a God. To turn you away from God. But he has to give you so much to make you think that you are a God. So you won't get down and worship God and you won't follow him. And then he gonna pull the rug from under you. And hell is gonna be hell. I heard a story one time on the internet, and I know I'm talking everywhere, I'm just kinda sleepy, but it was a story on the internet about this lady. This guy wrote, and he was talking about how he went to hell. He had visions of hell or something. And he said that it was a lady in her cell, and she was a witch. They said she had done a whole bunch of evil stuff, changing herself from this to that. And they said she kept changing from an older woman to a younger woman, older woman to a younger woman. And every time she changed, like she did on Earth when she was like shape shifting or whatever, and for evil intent, she was shape shifting in this cell. And every time she would shape shift, it would hurt her. It would cause a lot of pain. And on top of that, she was burning in flames. So it's like people, the wicked. Hell is a place of sorrow. Think of the time in your life where you felt hopeless or you feel like you weren't gonna get through something, and multiply that times a million. But just know that you ain't never gonna get out of there. And you have to sit and think. God is gonna, when people go to hell, you're gonna know for sure why you're in hell. You're not gonna be able to blame God. You're gonna know and be suffering and tormented and know exactly why you're in there. And know you're going to be in there with your enemy that tricked you. So I just try to give people something to think about. It's like Satan will use the Gangstalkers or use the enemy to get rid of the truthers, the people that could even wake them up to the truth. Stop the views. I mean, think about it. If you spend some real truth, they ain't gonna stop the views from being made. Even just somebody who just doesn't like you or whatever. When you spend some real stuff, you're not gonna be liked by people. People are gonna look at you and despise you and not like you for no reason, you know. And I got this thing. I don't trust anybody. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I feel like on people's channel, I think they throwing some. Well, a lot of people have thrown subliminals. We'll just say that. But there's some people that I thought were throwing subliminals and they weren't. And and I'd be like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. But these last days are very, 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 very serious. It's very important to stay woke or whatever. Don't trust anybody. You're a targeted individual. You can't be, trying to be cool with this. These devils are angry. They don't like being exposed. So that's just something to think about.